I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Hunter, and this is
the Family Showdown! Hello, and welcome to Tuesday Night Shenanigans. We're back, baby.
It's been a while.
It's been a little while.
3
Hello.
weeks. 3
Wonderful
weeks.
to see you all. Hello,
Weeks.
people's in the chats. Miss
3
Corlew.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah. So
That's a
Rebecca
long
was
time.
gone.
I was.
Abandoned
Hello,
me.
Nick.
Abandoned. With the pets.
You loved it.
She was up in Wyoming land.
I was.
I'm sorry.
No, it was nice. I don't miss the weather here. Are you kidding?
Oh, it's only like 103 right now.
Oh, is that the real temperature or the feels like temperature?
Now it feels like it's more like 113, 14, something like that.
Oh, great. I'm going back up to Wyoming. There you go.
All right.
We are color
So,
coordinated. That
we
is
are going to
odd.
do a variety show where you do a variety of things.
We do.
All right. I guess we'll just jump right in.
We
got a lot of fun stuff to do tonight, so let's
guys.
jump right
Let's
in.
go swimming.
Let's jump right in.
What did we play? Did we play games?
We played a few games, even though you were gone.
I know, and I actually didn't get to play games while I was gone, which was a major bummer, but
Reasons.
yeah.
So we played a handful of games before she left, and we played a handful of games after you got back.
Including today.
Oh, I didn't even put that on the list. We just played a game right before the show, so we remember how it plays. Well, I'm going to pencil that in for last place.
Wow, that's so rude.
We're doing
because
show
you forgot
production.
About it. 72. See, exactly. Back to Wyoming.
Show production. While we speak. So
right.
All right. So what did we play? We played 8 games. One we just played like moments ago, and that one comes in at last place. I give it a 7, just because I destroyed Rebecca multiple times at this game.
Oh my gosh! Is that because it's that high or that low?
Yes, it would have been a 6, but I won 3 games in a row.
That is so rude.
A little wordsy.
It's a little wordy.
Oh, a little wordy.
See, if it was a real word game, you'd have failed. Just saying.
Anyway. A little wordy. We played with this. We're going to talk about this one a little bit later as well, in another segment. This is actually part of a segment. We played it because we'd remember how it plays,
yes.
So we can talk about it. I give it a 7. It's a word game. It's fun. It's made from the people who make like Exploding Kittens and those series of games, so it's a little tricked up word game.
And it's really cute. I love it. It's you're pulling your consonants from a bag and your vowels from a bag, and then you have to create a word, and then people have to guess. And you don't have to use all of the letters, but you can only use the letters that you got. So you can decide to do something stupid like ox, or you could do like kerfluffle if you have all of the letters for it. You know, I mean, you can go crazy, and then we have to guess each other.
Yeah, and you can either straight up guess, or there's little cards that give you clues, like tell me the first letter of the word, and it's worth 2 points, or tell me how many letters are in the word, that's like 4 points.
My favorite one that cost me dearly though, but it was really cool, is you put a word that you guess, like make the tiles into a word, and then he flips over letters that are not included in his actual word. It would have been cool if I'd been like, is this your word? And it was the word itself, but no, he ends up flipping most of them over. So either way, it's really fun though. It kind of narrows it down.
This is a tricked up word game for 2 players.
Yep. Super fun. I rated higher. Hunter stinks. Just saying.
We played 3 times. I destroyed her all 3 times.
I didn't say I was good at the game. I said I really enjoyed the game.
All right, next up, coming in at number 7.
I enjoy it quite.
Coming in at number 7 is Aqua Garden.
See, I think also this is shenanigans.
I give it a 7 as well.
Oh my gosh, I love this game.
We played all in with everything. So we got
Hunter's ratings are the shenanigans. Thank you very much.
You know what? I've offered many times for you to rate these yourself.
Oh, you know what? Next time.
Next time you're going to do the ratings.
I will do it.
And the rankings.
Yes.
All right. You heard it here. I'm holding her to it.
Okay.
So we played Aqua Garden. When we got the Ostia Kickstarter, we went back and grabbed Aqua Garden with everything.
And it was a good purchase.
And we played it with everything. And we enjoyed it with everything. And it's a good game. I like it. It doesn't blow me away. Rebecca loves it, so I'll play it. Just because she loves it.
And Nessa loves this one too.
So what it is, you're building an aquarium. You're moving around kind of rondelle style, filling your tanks full of different fish. combination of fish fulfill certain achievements, and you can do little shows to get money, and it's kind of a resource management with your money and all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of like superpowered unique fish.
Yeah.
That do different things that
Specialty
you want to
fish,
try to
I
do.
think they're called.
Yeah, but it's almost like, well, we played with everything, which was insane. You're not really supposed to do
We played
all
like
of
15
that.
specialty
Yeah,
fish.
and it's way too
Normally
much.
you play with like 3.
Yeah. We just did it to try them out, but some of them will kind of distract you because the 3 cards that give you lots of points and stuff in the game are usually sticking mostly to the
They are normal
the
fish.
the basic fish. Oh man,
Especially
so
fish give you
decide.
superpowers though.
Yes, they're so cool, and you're like, do I want to go for that, or do I want to try to stick with the tried and true? Do I want? It's so good. The art is absolutely adorable.
And like a lot of the Asian style games or Asian published games, they have lots of wooden bits. So this one has lots of wooden bits too.
And the little critters are so cute. So cute. I'm super fan of this. Super fan of this.
There you go. Aqua Garden.
Yeah, love it.
It would have been rated higher if Rebecca made her own list, but she doesn't do that. My number 6.
Oh, is this a recent Kickstarter?
Ostia was.
Ostia was, yeah.
Aqua Garden was kickstarted a couple years ago, I want to say, but we missed it. But when we did Ostia, it's by the same publisher.
Okay.
So it allowed you to go back and grab up Aqua Garden. So we grabbed up Aqua Garden with everything. So, and we got Ostia with everything as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my number
Another good game.
6 game is Z Garcia's favorite game of all time. Spoilers. But I give it an 8 because it's just kind of meh.
Oh,
and that's
snap!
51st State.
I'm waiting for him to jump in the chat now. He's like,
it's good. It's a good game. I give it an 8. That's good. That's like meh plus.
an 8 is meh plus for
Yes.
you?
7's
Your
meh.
rating scale.
8's meh plus. So it's meh plus.
I think we need to rewrite your rating scale for the crowds at home. I'm just saying.
So this is a sort of a retheming, reworking of Imperial Settlers. I don't know. This may have been before, which chicken or the egg. I don't know which one was first. It's very much like Imperial Settlers, but it has a post-apocalyptic theme, and your resources are like gas cans and things that you would see post-apocalyptic stuff. But it's very much the same thing. You're playing cards, or you produce resources to get new cards, and you can attack other people's cards and borrow people's cards, and just like very much like Imperial Settlers, just with a different theme.
Okay, yeah. Tommy had a good question. Is this better or the same as Imperial Settlers?
I like this better because we don't even own Imperial Settlers anymore.
That's true. I would say for Empires of the North, I like Empires of the North better, but then I would like this before base Imperial Settlers. So it'd be like, is Imperial Settlers 51st State, Empires of the North?
Yes, I do not disagree with that. But Empires of the North is kind of tricked up too. So
true.
So 51st State. There you go.
Yeah.
And this one has different, if you get the master set, you have a couple of different card packs that you can kind of mix and choose. I think you put some standard cards in, and then you mix in some other cards or something like that, so it gives you more options, more different ways to play.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's even a bigger set than this.
Probably.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Don't know.
Hunter's rating scale is like
1
to 18.
It's like here's my scale. I'm gonna give you my it's like
no. Should I write this down?
If it was on a graph, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
But your 8 you said was a meh plus.
Yeah, so 7, 8, 9, 10.
You said 8, 9, 10. Oh. You changed it. It's fluid.
No, the curve starts curving up sharply at 8. And really sharply at 9 and 10. Anyway.
Is 51st State like Puerto Rico?
No,
Ooh, no.
Nothing like Puerto Rico. It's very much Imperial Settlers rethemed.
Yeah. It is very, very like the way it plays and everything.
All right, number 5. Number 5 is a new game to us. We played it recently. In fact, this should be in my list of new games that we haven't shown you.
Ooh, boy.
Anyway, I give it an 8. Starship Captains. We played this weekend. Starship Captains. So, I didn't buy this right off the bat. This one's been out for a little while now. But then I looked at it, I'm like, oh, Rebecca's going to like this one. So I grabbed it up, and basically I was at my friend at the local game store, and I tried to buy something when I'm at my friend at the local game store. And this is the only thing I saw that interested me, that they had, that I didn't have. So, Starship Captains. So we played this one. I enjoyed it. Rebecca, I think, enjoyed it more than I did. She probably, I don't know.
I did.
Anyway, so
I liked it a lot.
This is a maybe action selection. It's not really worker placement because you don't really block each other. It's more of an action selection, contract fulfillment, engine building game. So you're moving your little ship around, and all you're really doing when you're moving your ship around is you're reserving contracts and potentially getting some resources. But for most part, you're reserving contracts. And then you have these all these different color. I don't know if you can see on the back. You have different color of workers, but they're not really worker placement, but workers. You have like scientists and engineers and cadets and all sorts of stuff. And the contract may say you need to spend a red worker and a yellow worker to fulfill it. So you're using those to fulfill contracts and foregoing potential actions that those workers
that was one thing to juggle that.
Yeah, so if you're using them to fulfill contracts, you don't have them to do actions.
Right.
So if you fill a bunch of contracts, you're not going to do a lot of actions and vice versa. But it's a cool little game. It has a cool little kind of queuing system for your workers. So you put your workers as you use them. You put them kind of in a conga line. And then at the end of the round, you move all but 3 of them out. So the order you use your workers is potentially important because if you want to get that worker back, you may want to use him earlier in the round to be able to get him back. So it's got some cool mechanisms. It's got some tracks that you go up.
Right.
All kinds of Euro stuff.
Right.
It's not in any way attacky or like fighting or anything like that. It's straight up Euro game. Basically, the only really thing you can do is swipe contracts from other players. That's really all that you can do. Or take maybe text that they might want or something like that.
Right. Okay. First, a couple things. Nick was actually, instead of saying like Puerto Rico, he was joking that Puerto Rico is the 51st state.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, we're a little slow. We assumed the like. We assumed the like, and we were like board game brain.
I'm slow.
Nick was like real life brain. We were board game brain.
I got you. I caught up, Nick. Sorry, my bad.
The other thing is do I like this or the co-op Star Trek game that you hate better? This one.
Oh,
definitely better. I can't think of the name of it all.
Captain.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I know what you're talking about, Tommy. Yes,
that game was horrible. I hated that game. Every ounce.
I played it with my students, and it was kind of hilarious. We had a good time with it, but I do get really weary of games that are so mean and defeating and just like make it really hard to win. We got
annihilated.
And every time my students and I have played it, we have been nuked.
I do not like the co-op. At that point,
we found it hilarious to just attack each other and see how just catastrophically we'd fail. Like, that's what it ended up being. So it was just hilariously bad. And this one feels like not a beatdown, but a game. If that makes any sense. This is a lot of fun.
I can't remember the name of it now. But anyway, that game.
That game.
I like. The only way I like my co-ops is I want it to be we just barely win or we just barely lose.
Yeah.
I don't want to play a co-op that you have to practice like 10 times to perfect the exact way to defeat it to be able to win at it.
If I'm going to do that, I'm playing a video game.
No interest in co-ops like that. That feels like
me.
That kind of co-op where you got to play and synchronize and be efficient.
But that's the thing.
Perfectly.
You have to synchronize and be efficient, and it doesn't behoove you necessarily to do that in that game because there's personal goals too. It's almost Dead of Winter-ish in some ways. So yeah, that game is a beatdown. This one, loads of fun.
All right.
Loads of fun.
And that's not co-op. It's a straight up Euro.
Yeah, this one's
game.
Euro.
All right.
And very Star Trek.
My number 4 game, I rated a 9. That means we played 4 games. I rated 9 or higher. That's crazy.
Crazy awesome.
See, I don't rate everything a 7 or an 8. There's a 9. Here's a 9. And that is Clank Catacombs.
Okay.
Another new
this
one.
game.
Clank Catacombs? You're not going to talk about it? You're just going to jump right into that.
Here, I want to show you something, guys. Do you see this?
No, you don't do it right. You don't put them back. You don't do it right. You gotta hold on. You gotta crush.
That's true. Okay.
Clank Catacombs.
This is a twofer destroyer.
Has killed Clank and Clank in Space.
Say bye.
They're gone.
Say bye.
This game is awesome. This is what Clank should have been originally.
This is so good.
It is good.
The replayability is high. Everything that we like best about those games. There. Yeah, Gardner or Trogdor. Sorry. Got your name wrong there for a second. Yeah. Yes. 10 material on my book.
Yeah,
too. It's just fantastic.
We are literally taking Clank in Space and calling them instantly. If you don't know what Clank Catacombs is, it's very much like Clank. Clank is a deck building game where you're going and exploring a dungeon and you're finding and getting an artifact and you can come out. So there's no real exploration in Clank because you see the entire board. Pretty much. You know, there's a few little treasures. You might not know what they are, but you know where the artifacts are. You know everything, where everything is. Clank Catacombs, you build the dungeon as you go. You actually
you are exploring the
dungeon
truthfully.
And you build.
Oh, interesting, Julio.
You
That's
build the dungeon out, and yeah, it's just so good. So good. So Julio, why so Julio in the chat said he gives
Julio
it a 6.
flips it. Yeah, he's the opposite of us on that.
Why do you not you want to know what you're getting into?
That could be. I could get that.
The randomness might bother some people.
It could be frustrating too because like there's an element in their spoilers where it has you just randomly turn a tile, which means your path just altered.
Right. It's definitely more random.
So
it's
if you don't like that, you're gonna hate that.
Yeah. But I love the exploration and flipping tiles and seeing what happens and all sorts of fun stuff. Anyway,
yes, you should try a Clank game.
Love Clank Catacombs. It's so good. So good.
But yeah, the exploration along the way, they keep all the basic stuff. Yeah, the rotation factor. I totally get that, Julio, because yeah, if you don't like that, you're not.
It doesn't happen that often, though.
No, but it's just enough to really throw a wrench in your stuff. And if you are a planner, that is a huge...
I like doing crazy stuff.
You're chaos. You're chaotic planner is what you are. Yeah, what else it does differently? Not much, honestly.
It's very same. You're very much going in. You're exploring. You're grabbing an artifact and getting out. You're trying not the dragon to eat you and trying not to be killed by the dragon. It's very. Just imagine if you took the Clank board game, chopped the board up into pieces, shuffled them up, and then dealed them out.
Yeah.
It's a little less random than that, but you get the idea. It's kind of like you just take the Clank board, break it up into pieces, and you build the dungeon as you go.
Am I a construction worker? You're not building it.
You draw a tile and you put the tile down.
It's so different.
You're building. You're not got a pick. You're chopping your way through the dungeon.
You got 16 turns. Okay, so
Clank Catacombs, awesome. It freed up space. It freed up space for our starship captains and itself. So there you go. All right, my number 3. I give it 9 as well. We played with everything. Finally, we played everything with Ankh. We played everything in Ankh. Ankh is awesome. I love it. But the Pharaoh expansion can take a hike as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So we played with everything, which means we played with there's really only one true expansion. There's lots of mini modules where you add more guardians and more gods and stuff like that. But the only expansion was the Pharaoh expansion, and we did not like it at all. It was just we got kind of...
We also started with literally the worst Pharaoh ever.
Yeah, but I don't think we would have liked it anyway. It's very distracting. It's kind of an on-the-side thing. There's enough going on in the game without having a mini-game with the friggin' priests and the pharaohs and stuff.
Nah,
so
don't need it.
Ankh is awesome. We enjoy this. This is our go-to big miniatures 2-player game. Like we've always say, Ankh for 2 players, Blood Rage for 3 and 4, and Rising Sun with 5. That's if I have my choice, if we had that player count, that's the ones we would play. Love Ankh. It's real fun. Unless you play with the infamous Paul, which I haven't seen in chat in a while. The infamous Paul, who annihilated us. He's no longer allowed to play Ankh with us. So, but Ankh is
the asps to the
it's a hybrid Euro dudes on the map game.
Yes.
With lots of fighting, attacking, building up skills, getting superpowers, asymmetrical powers, all sorts of fun stuff. Card play, deterministic combat. If you played Blood Rage, it's very similar. If you played Rising Sun, very similar.
Yeah, they're along, but this is the good 2-player game. The Rising Sun's good large player count, and
Blood Rage in the middle.
Blood Rage
I just said
3.
That.
Yeah, I know. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh yeah,
like it's just
across
the board.
Yeah,
100% agree.
I would because Blood Rage gets to be too long with 5, and it's not very good too. So it kind of falls
3,
in the middle.
like it's just it's like the perfect number because you get to do all the fun stuff, but not.
Yeah,
I don't know.
All right, that's all.
This makes me want to paint miniatures too. By the way, does anybody else get that when you have a game with really cool miniatures like this
Paint
one?
Them up. Who cares? They can look like I can. How's it 2 players? We like it.
This one is our favorite at 2 players out of all 3 by far. By far.
All right.
It is pretty sweet. All
right.
Attack of the Geese.
Now we reached the 10s.
You have multiple 10s?
With Dune Imperium.
Of course you do. Yes, of course.
So we played Dune. We finally played the X expansion for Dune. So I give Dune a 10. I give the X expansion a 9. I could take it or leave it, to be honest. It's I could play with it. I could play out. If someone wants to play with it, I'll play. If someone wants to play without it, I'll play. I don't care. But I love Dune Imperium itself. It is one of my favorite games.
Really good game.
It's a Euro with some kind of area control combat-y mixed in, which I love. Lots of going up tracks, a race to points. So it's a indefinite number of rounds. It's basically you're racing to get 10 points, and whoever has the most points at the end when you score wins. I played this game a ton solo. There's not a solo, but I basically played it multiplayer solo numerous times to prepare for the World Series, and I still love this game. Raw, on the other hand, I played that numerous times, and I called it. So that tells you how much I love this game. I still love this game.
Which is kind of sad to me in a way, because it was a fun game. I know you're sick of it now. I know.
So anyway, Dune Imperium. I love it.
I can take it or leave it. 9 out of 10.
I know. There's another expansion that we haven't gotten yet. I don't remember what the name of it is. Anyway,
another one for this?
Yeah, there's 2 expansions. They came out almost back to back. We only got one of them so far. We haven't tried the other one. I'm sure we're kind of take a break from our list. We've kind of are expansioned out to the point where I almost don't want to buy any more expansions.
Most of the time he even suggests them, and I'm like, no interest.
It's just
unless a game just stinks and it looks like it'd make it amazing, which I don't know that we would own a game like that anymore.
Or if it's like our favorite game, and it looks like it'll put some life back into it.
Yeah, but there's very few of those, because mostly if it's one of my favorite games, I don't want you touching it and changing it. Yes. And big voice guy, do.
So anyway, yeah. So we haven't played the second. The X one is the one that is pretty much universally considered the better of the 2, but we haven't played the other one. I might end up getting it. I don't know, but we're kind of expansioned out because we're maybe 25% on expansions that we like.
Yeah, I mean
somewhere in that range.
Kind of an
and it's just we're throwing away money. I'd rather for every expansion. It's almost nowadays like expansion's almost
the cost of a cheap per game.
No, almost as much as the game. It seems like.
Oh, that's terrifying.
So
nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Anyway, Dune Imperium. So 10 for the Dune, 9 for the expansion. And then we got the favorite game we played recently. We played this for about 15 minutes. Star Trek Ascendancy. So Star Trek Ascendancy is a 10. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I love this game. We finally, after years, literally years of it sitting on our shelf of shame, we finally played the Vulcans, the Andorians, and the Borg. So what the Borg do for you is it allows you to play. Hey, calm down. Don't. What is it? Don't sell the lead, or what's the statement where you spoil the lead or whatever. Anyway, so Star Trek Ascendancy
concentration. I broke him. Hunter's broken.
Oh man. Star Trek
Resistance is futile.
It's not designed for 2 players. This is a 3 to 5 players game. I think you can go higher with more. You can go higher with more if you buy more of the different expansion packs. But it's not designed to be solo or 2 player. But the Borg expansion.
Thank you, Nick.
The Borg expansion allows you to bury the lead. That's it. The Borg expansion. Allows you to play 2 player and solo. Okay, 2 player and solo. So.
Yes, Coraloo.
So we played.
Just wait.
The Vulcans were great. The Andorians were great. The Borg, it may be the worst expansion I've ever played. Ever. I give Ascendancy a 10. I give the Vulcans a 10. I give the Andorians a 10. I give the Borg a 2. The only reason I give it a 1 is because the miniatures are really cool.
The miniatures are really cool.
So, literally, we played with the Borg expansion, and we lost the game in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. We
didn't play a rule wrong. I'm just going to
preempt that. I read the rules. I double-checked the rules. Videos. And I looked at everything. We did not play the game wrong. I went to the Board Game Geek, and the Borg is broken. It's broken.
It's stupidly broken.
They literally have... They have pages and pages of how to play it properly, house rules, alternate rules, variants, and to the point that the company has republished the rules with the player variants included. Yeah, the Borg were. This is. You ever heard of the game? We did not play test this game at all. That's the Borg expansion. There's no way they play tested the rules of the Borg. We literally got annihilated. Like, it was just ridiculous. And the reason is it's even more broken with 2 players.
Yeah,
it's
actually
it's
worse.
broken with 3 or more players adding them. It's even more broken 2 players.
Carlu, I did make the joke about it being semi-thematic, but at the same time, where was Jean-Luc Picard? I mean, come on, this was just.
Yeah, they literally if you go to the Board Game Geek site and go look up the Borg expansion, it's just post after post about how broken and horrible the rules are.
In fact, I'm thinking assimilated. Yes.
To the point that the reason it's broken for 2 player, I'll kind of explain is in a 3 or more player game, you got to kind of find the Borg. Like, you have to go out and run into them. You kind of run into them at some point.
And then you're like, oh!
And they show up, right?
They start causing havoc.
Depending on how early on you discover them,
you're toast.
The harder it is. So if you discover them early on, you get annihilated. If you discover them late in the game, they're a joke. They're super easy to kill. The problem with 2 player, you start with them discovered, and they start coming after you. The first round they ran over and destroyed Rebecca's home planet.
I got
1 turn.
1 turn in the game.
And then the second turn they almost got to my planet, and the third turn they destroyed me. And I did nothing but gear up and try to defend my home base, and it didn't help. So what they say is you bury the Borg until mid-game, and then you play. And then it's somewhat balanced. But there's no way they tested that 2 player. There's no way.
There's no way.
There is no way. Because immediately the Borg just rolls over and kills you.
Yeah, because, I mean, you kept looking at it because it's like, are we doing something wrong here? No, we didn't.
Yeah. So
that was
but
a
yeah,
long-winded result of.
We probably go out and get the alternate rules or a variant or playtest. But
I would like to film us burning the Borg rules or cards or something. The minis are cool. I won't burn those. But
I cannot explain how disappointed I was with that expansion.
Worth the money in my book to burn it.
Yeah. So anyway, but apparently there's variants and ways to fix it and adjust it.
Blah 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 blah. Pass. Hard pass.
Man, bitter much?
I am. I got 1 turn in a pretty epic game.
Yeah,
that's some crap.
It took longer to set up and read the rules than it did to play the game. Anyway, but I love Star Trek Ascendancy. Give me 3 to 5 players and I'll play this anytime. It's one of my favorite games. But the Borg.
Yes, that's why they're so scary.
The Borg are dead to me. Where's the
what?
Anyway,
what are you looking for?
I was going to show the cool minis.
Oh, yeah?
They're buried, though. I probably put them at the very bottom.
You buried the lead?
I buried the lead. Anyway, Star Trek Ascendancy, I love it, but Borg, not so much. Worst expansion I've ever played, ever.
That would be, the only way I could think of a worst expansion is do you remember that game with Oliver Twist?
It wasn't an expansion.
No. If they made an expansion
I would
to that game...
I would never have bought it. It probably would have made the game better.
That's so true.
I love this game. This is one of my favorite games.
I can only improve that.
Do not buy the Borg expansion unless you're willing to do house rules and variants and try to figure out how to balance it. Because you almost have to self-balance it-ish. So, I don't know. Anyway. There's the games we played. All right, so new games.
It was hopelessly unwinnable, though. It was hopelessly for 2-player.
It was a joke.
It would be more fun, like he said, maybe with a multiple player count. But
if you actually bury it, basically, some people have played it enough that they know. You bury the Borg at a certain level in your tile stack, and that's you kind of do a range like between 10 and 15 tiles down.
To make it actually
to make it balanced. People have played it enough. There's ways to make it work, but I don't know. It's my saying that this is something I have, and I don't know if other people have. I go to a restaurant and I hate the food. I'll never go back to that restaurant again because there's thousands of other restaurants. True. You don't get a second chance. Nope. You don't get a second chance.
Why? Life's too short.
Yeah, life's too short. So,
unless it's like your best friend's restaurant or something.
All right, so new games. We already talked about Clank Catacombs. We already talked about Starship Captains.
We did.
But we have not talked about 2 other games we got. Hold on. Gotta push a button. We got a button for that. Oh, the days when we bought stacks of games like this high. Those days are long gone.
Maybe that'll change next
long
month.
Gone. All right. So one of the games we played, that we bought.
I was like, we haven't played this.
So I got tired of waiting for this to be reprinted. It'll probably be reprinted tomorrow, but I got tired of it being waiting. So I finally hunted down a copy. I paid like $10 more than market retail value to
You're
get
out
it.
of control.
Because I want this game.
Crazy.
This may be my favorite game so far this
Wow.
Maybe my favorite game so far this year.
Wow. You really liked this game.
But this is last year's game, right? Last year. I think this is from last year. I think this is counted as 2022. Anyway,
I will look.
one of the favorite games I've played this year. Let's phrase it to where it works. Revive. So good. I was going to play this last night. I got too tired.
Aww.
I was tired.
I
was tired. So, but this may be the favorite game I've played so far this year. I can't remember all the games I played this year, but this might be my favorite. Anyway, Revive. It's a moving up tracks game. It's got engine building.
2022.
It's got a little bit of deck building mixed in. It's got a little bit of area control ish on the board. It just this game's so good. I mean, usually when I play a game, if you played games with me, I'll throughout the game, when something bad happens to me, I'll go, I hate this game. As a joke,
Yeah.
Something bad happens to me. Oh, I hate this game.
Yeah, he does.
I do it all the time. I don't mean I hate it. It's just like, it's like I can't believe that happened to me.
Yeah, it's just funny.
This game, I was doing so bad. I was getting annihilated.
He was.
But the whole game, I was like, I love this game. I love this game. I love this game. Even though I was getting destroyed, I kept saying, I love this game. And I do. I love this game.
It was funny, actually.
This is it's just a great game.
So this is considered 2022.
Yeah, I know.
So it would go up against the likes of.
I amended. I said the best game I played this year.
Okay.
This year. But I love it. This is be one of my faves. It'll be making an appearance pretty high up on my top 100, I think. Maybe not tippy top because most of my tippy top are big epic games, but this is gonna be up. This is gonna be up there. It's gonna be up there.
As you liked this, I would not be surprised to see it higher than.
And I think Rebecca almost doubled my score.
Yeah, I kind of destroyed you in that.
Annihilated. I couldn't get anything to work, and I still loved this game. It was just so good.
Yeah,
so good. Anyway, if you like Euro games, mid to heavy Euro games, this is a good one. This is for us. It's a 90-minute sweet spot game. Got you lots of great decisions. Got a little bit of turn angst because people can snipe things that you might want on the board. Oh, so good.
All right, couple questions. It is 90 to 120 minutes long to play, it says, and I think that's probably about right.
I think our first play, which probably took a little over 2 hours with 3 people.
Yeah,
3.5.
and that was with the team.
3.5. Tommy played half a game and then bugged out.
Yeah, he had to leave.
Played part of a game and left. It's probably I would say 45 minutes a player. Is that fair? 45 minutes a player. That's
about right, probably.
45 minutes.
And then Trogdor was asking, was this game comparable to Ark Nova or Terraforming Mars?
No, it doesn't feel anything like those. This is a moving up on a tracks game, pseudo deck builder.
I think. Are you talking about like how it feels, or are you talking about comparable to like hype expectations to how well it does?
It doesn't play anything.
Yeah, as far as
like
it plays, it doesn't play.
I can't even think it's a very unique game. It mainly focuses moving up tracks, and it's got a deck building aspect to it.
Yeah.
Hand management, maybe more than deck building / hand management stuff going on. But it's mainly, the main thing is moving up these tracks. You have 3 different tracks you're moving up on.
Yeah.
And they give different benefits as you move along those tracks. And there's actually some tracks. There's some sections where you have to move up on both tracks to get to a point to activate a thing. Like I have to go up on the gray and the blue track to this point to activate this benefit.
Yeah. You're talking about the gameplay and the mechanisms. Okay. No, they're
I can't think of a game it reminds me of.
I'm sure it'll come to me way after the fact when it won't be useful. But
Tapestry, maybe, kind of ish. Kind of, because you're building out stuff on a board that gives you benefits.
Yeah.
You're moving up on all these different tracks, and the tracks interact with each other in a way.
They kind of help each other.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love this game so much. It doesn't feel like any other game.
But it does a lot of the same mechanisms and stuff that we really like. That's true. That's true.
It's got hand management. So basically you have a hand of cards, you'll play out the cards, you get the benefits of those cards, and you slot them, you play them, and you slot them in different parts of your board, and you can upgrade the places you're putting those cards to get better benefits.
Right.
And then after your turn's over, they go into like a dead pile, and then your cards that were in the dead pile come into your hand. So they kind of do a 3 cycle. So they come in your hand, you play them, they move to the dead place, they come over. So they don't immediately come back in your hand. It's not a true deck builder, because you can pick and choose which cards you're playing and what's coming out of the dead pile, and there's ways to accelerate that process to where maybe you play a card, you play a card that lets you take a card and move it to your dead pile, so you'll get it back the next turn rather than waiting 2 turns to get it back. So it's really hand management. I guess it maybe kind of reminds me a little bit of kind of like Viscounts, where there's kind of that management of your cards, the flow of your cards, and the cards drop off the end. Kind of ish.
Wow.
But the main focus of the game is moving up on those tracks and getting the benefits of moving up those tracks.
Yeah. I'll probably remember too instantly when we go to play this copy.
But we'll play this one again.
Yeah, I remember now.
But we'll probably end up, if we don't play this week, we'll play it at Dice Tower.
Heck yeah.
So
much color on the box, but it looks like boring brown boards from the pics on BGG. Yeah. The color is more...
Yeah, they're very muted colors, the player boards are. But yeah.
Yeah. Tommy's asking if it's like Mombasa's card management.
I can't remember.
I know, it's trying to remember.
It's almost, in a way, it reminds me, I don't know if this is a good comparison, but it kind of reminds me of Terra Mystica. The way those things move in cycles, the little your mana flow. It almost reminds me a little bit of that ish.
But I like it better than that.
No, it's not. But it's not exactly like that. It's like you don't immediately get your cards back, but there's ways to accelerate that process.
Right.
You get your cards back every 2 turns, I guess, is a way to look at it.
Something like that.
Yeah, I was going to show you the player. He's talking about the player boards. I want to show you what he's talking about. See if I can find them. What did you just do? Yeah, this is what they're talking about. This is a player board.
Yeah, the player board's kind of dull, but the other stuff, like
but if
the
you look,
pieces...
I don't know if you can tell, because there's a yellow track you're moving on, there's a green track, and then there's a gray track, and then you have another track over here on this side. It's kind of a victory point track. So there's 4 different tracks you're moving up on. So.
It says, stop. Do not punch any tiles from the red punch boards before you're told to do so. Hey, why are you doing that? These are boards. Boards go first.
You did this. You did this. That's you. Get that out of here. Anyway, Revive. Awesome game. If you like Euro games, it's a good one. And then the other game we got...
Yeah, it's growing on me.
Her went on you. Get out of here. I think I gave that a 9, and it was pushing a 10.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now...
If I would have won, it would have been a 10.
This thing...
Remember Pursuit of Happiness was a light, really tiny game? Oh, you just...
It never was.
You just verticaled it. You get to clean that up.
Wait a minute, this is a big box. This should be amazing.
It's not meant to go vertical.
Ha-ha! It's mostly intact.
No, you're not.
Foo. Look at that. Look at that, baby. Okay, I'm impressed.
Okay.
I am impressed. I don't know where this blue check mark.
Should be in the blue thing.
One piece.
Yeah,
was out of place.
That level. There's 4 levels of this thing. Anyway, this is Pursuit of Happiness big box. This was my oldest unfulfilled Kickstarter. It's been a while. It's been a minute since
you almost verticaled that.
I did the tilt thing. See how I did that? See that? The limit. Listen. We're still good.
Oh,
bad.
Interesting.
So we got the big box. Our Pursuit of Happiness game was chock-a-block full. Like the lid wouldn't even go all the way down on the box. It was completely packed. So I got the big box, which gives you tons of space to put everything. And it has an expansion, a nostalgia expansion. So next time we play, we're gonna play with everything, and we got a play mat as well that has.
It does.
Because if you have Pursuit of Happiness, there's been like 4 or 5 expansions and a bunch of other things. So
and it
you
takes
have all these.
an entire table this big.
You take and everything. Every expansion has its own little board that you add to the main board.
Stupid.
So we had the main board and then like 4 other little boards.
They're not little.
The
though.
playmat puts everything in one place in a very much less table space than all the boards took. So it actually reduced table space by getting the playmat. Anyway.
Yeah, one piece caused him a lot of extra stress, Coraloo, so I'm assuming that shortened his lifespan considerably.
Yes. Oh, well, look at that. That's a produced spirit of happiness joke. I like that.
Did you like that?
I like that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, there's new games we got. New games. That's all the new games.
New games. I scared the dog with a board game.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next segment.
Disrupted your sleep.
We're going to do this guy.
Woo! Go get my duster.
Oh, jeez. Dusting off the shelf. So let's see. Pick a number between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 and 42 inclusive. Give me a number between 1 and 42 inclusive.
When are we going to dust the other shelves? I'm just saying.
1 and 42.
32.
All right. We're going to start from the bottom. And we're going to go this like this.
Ah, you're slow in the draw.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Scared, not speared.
Right here.
Scared.
Tricarion's shelf.
Tricarion shelf? Where's that?
Right in front of you. Warmer, colder, colder, warmer, warmer, colder, warmer, colder, warmer, cold, warm. Ding, 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 ding!
All right.
What just happened? You're not very good at the warm-cold game.
No, I'm tired. All the caffeine I've had today is long gone.
All right.
Look at me, Dusty.
There is our shelf. Our calyx that was picked by who picked it? The Trogdor picked this shelf, so blame him.
Quick on the draw, man.
So this is a part of my section of my board games that I call the real world section. So real world stuff.
Wait. Do I rank this and then you disagree, or is it the opposite for dusting off the shelf?
We randomly decided how we're going to do it.
Oh, okay.
But we'll do that. You can rank them.
Oh, I'm ranking them?
So I was going to give a quick overview, and then you can rank them.
And then I will justify.
So we got nothing
rankings.
personal. This was created by the infamous, nay notorious, Tom Vassell, along with Steve Avery. This is a mobster-themed game based on an old game called, I want to say Kremlin was the original game. It's based also of it's kind of an area control game where you're influencing different mobsters. They give you special abilities. You're just trying to get the most victory points. I'm sure it has another name, but victory points by influencing different mobsters. Mobsters can get thrown in jail if they get too much influence on them, but it's pretty much an area control, mean, kind of in-your-face game. I enjoyed the game, but it seemed to have a runaway leader problem, but I don't know if that's just because we didn't know what we were doing, but yeah.
Highly likely.
So, mobster game. Speaking of mobster games, you also have The Godfather, Corleone's Empire. This is from Eric Lang game. It's another kind of area control game where you're controlling different regions, influencing different regions of the city. There's resource management. Resources are like guns and bombs and all sorts of craziness. You can blow people up and have gunfights and get resources, but it's mainly an area control game. Brutally mean. Like your guys are going to die over and over again.
It's just a matter of how.
It's just brutally mean game. Then we got Alma Mater. Switching gears, this is a game about colleges. So basically I guess you're running a university. You're trying to bring students into university by getting certain, by recruiting teachers, and there's a lot of resource management in this game. Resources are things like books and stuff like that. Very much a Euro game by the same people that make, it feels like a lot, it reminds me a little Coimbra. It's a different game, but it kind of has the same weight and feel to Coimbra if you played that game. Then Tricarion is a heavy Euro game. This is your magicians performing magic tricks. You're collecting resources to perform tricks, and then you do magic shows and stuff like that. So this has got a lot of you're recruiting different types of workers to do different abilities. And there's, if I recall right, you've used some of the workers. You can't use them again for a while or something like that. But it's very much a heavy Euro game about doing magic tricks.
Okay.
What?
Sorry, Carlu's like, definitely an American game if you think bombs and gunfights are everyday events.
Real life. I didn't
like
say it was every day.
reality.
I said it's real life stuff. This is real life. These are like people doing things.
My God.
It's not every
Sorry,
day.
I just thought that was awesome.
That's not what I mean.
It all depends on where you're at.
So there are other
probably.
games in my real life. We got Gutenberg, The Networks, Automania, Last Will, Smartphone Inc., Food Chain Magnate, stuff like that. So real life stuff. Real life stuff.
Yes.
Maybe not your life, maybe not my life, but someone's life.
Alma Mater and Coimbra, they may have the same artist.
It is the same artist. It's the same publisher, same artist, same everything.
And yes, this Alma Mater.
That's why it has. That's why I said books. The game's different, but it has the same feel because the way it looks and the way it kind of works.
If this board game had existed when I was a kid, I would have stolen the books out of it for my Barbies to have a library.
All right, now you get to rank them from your worst to your favorite, your worst, least favorite to favorite. Least favorite to favorite.
Be a little tough.
Least favorite to favorite.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know if you said the little books. Yeah, they have it.
Yep.
That's least favorite.
That's my least favorite. Oh man, I know this is above that. This is tough because I tease you a lot about Tricarian, but I actually really like. Are there pickpockets? No, it's more like just straight up magic show magician. So your
magic tricks are like almost like a contract. So you need like, but Rebecca always jokes about it. You need like a piece of glass and some wood and a hat to be able to perform the trick. So you got to collect these resources to be able to perform the trick.
Right. Okay, here's the thing. This is ranked. I feel like, oh man. This could change with my mood. I'm going to be completely honest because
your alma mater's sideways.
That's kind of how I feel about my ranking right now. So
and it's out of picture too.
Yeah, well.
There you go.
So nothing personal to nothing personal, but that kind of wheeling and dealing, like vying for power stuff is not my shtick in most
You don't like
games.
area control that much.
I don't.
Which is shown by these.
Well, no, here's the thing.
It's funny, you're putting the backs of the box, but you're not looking at the...
Oh, well, okay. So here's the thing about... It's not that heavy. Okay, Godfather and Tricarian, I feel, are kind of tied.
Rebecca lined them up by the back of the box.
No, I did, which is kind of funny. This game, these two could switch easily. This is one of the very few area control games that I adore and find absolutely hilarious. The last time we played this, in fact, we were just talking about this earlier today, I think. The last time we played this, I think we played with Justin
from Restoration
Games.
Restoration
Games. And
Me
I
and
ended
Justin,
up...
and who was the fourth person?
I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember.
It may be somebody in chat. They're going to be like, hello.
Yeah.
I ended up getting two... They're kind of hard to get sometimes, but I ended up getting 2 car bombs in this
They're hard
game.
to use.
And they're hard to pull off. And I
Right.
managed to pull off both of them. But 1 out of the 2 times I didn't have very many casualties. But I still was so proud that I actually got to launch a car bomb successfully. It was just like hilarious. This game is just funny. Everybody that dies, you throw in the river. They're sleeping with the fishes. Like, the theme is just ridiculous. And it's hilarious. And all the different superpowers and stuff. And the area control... where you're at gives you different stuff. It's just so fun. As long as I don't take this one seriously, which I don't know how you could really, like, get too into the area control stuff. Like, it's just hilarious. I love that game.
So we're 50% on back of the box. That's
yeah,
pretty good.
That is pretty good. This one, I tease Hunter about it, but it's a solid game. The components, like what makes up
I've explained this to you that you can't have 72 different resources.
It's not nearly as fun though, and I still think it's hilarious.
Yeah, you can have like 5 or 6.
I'm gonna bang 2 sticks together and pull a rabbit out of a hat. Now, what do you think about it? That magic is awesome, actually. If you think about it, that's pretty amazing.
All right.
Just saying.
So I disagree with you.
Yeah. I know you do.
So take Automar out, push it forward.
Take what out?
Take alma mater, push it forward.
Slide it to the back. Yeah, like this. I knew that. You don't like this one near as much.
There's my order.
Oh, hello.
I didn't say throw it in the floor. Throw it on the ground.
This, you know what's funny is I couldn't argue with this ranking either, to be honest, because again, it depends on my mood. It's crazy.
I walked away from the table. I'm so disappointed.
I know. Did you? That's why you were so disappointed? Okay.
There you go. That is my order, which is the correct order.
Okay. I disagree, but agree. I mean, that's one of those things. This is a shelf full of games that I really, really, really like.
Of real world games.
Happening every day.
I didn't say every day. I didn't say your world. I just said real world.
Maybe you should say realistic.
All right.
Inspired by realistic.
I'm gonna axe that. We're gonna move on to the last segment. Last segment.
What are we axing? What? I'm shenanigans.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Buy,
yeah.
borrow, or ban. So we kind of buried the lead because we played one.
The running gag.
We played one of the games just before the show. That was a little wordy. A little wordy. A little birdie. I get a little wordy. I thought it just occurred to me.
All right.
I'm not fast on the uptake. All right, and then we got wordsy. And we got paperback. So, the theme being word games, because we always pick a similar theme. So, to quickly go over these. We can go over these. Paperback is a deck building game where you have a deck of cards. You're building words out of your cards, and when you build the words, you get a certain number of points. Use those points to buy additional letters, and so forth and so on. Eventually, you buy paperbacks, buy little books or something that give you actual in-game scoring points, and you're trying to score the most points or first to get a certain number of points. I can't remember. Wordsy is similar but different, and you have a kind of a grid of letters, and you're building words out of that grid of letters. Paperbacks, deck building, you have your own hand. This is a community set of letters and things that you're building words out of. Based on the letters you use in the word, you get a certain number of points. So you're trying to build big, complicated words using the letters that are worth the most points. And you just do
kind of like Boggle.
Do a certain number of rounds, you get a certain number of points. You get bonus points if there's a certain number of letters. I can't remember. You get some way you get bonus points. You do a certain number of rounds. Some of these letters go away and some of them stay each round. You do a certain number of rounds. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. And we talked about a little wordy when we're talking about the games that we played. It's you basically have a set of letters, personal set of letters. You build a secret word. You reveal your letters, and then you take turns either guessing the other person's word based on those letters or using clues to help you figure out the word. But when you use clues, the other player gets points. And if you use a lot of clues and they get a lot of points, they end up winning. So whoever uses the least number of clues or bad guesses wins the game. Or if you're Hunter, you just win the game.
Oh my goodness.
So Rebecca, am I going to go first since you went first on the...
Sure. You go ahead and I'll destroy your rankings.
By far, not even close, Wordsy is my least favorite of these three.
Really?
Yes.
The least favorite?
Least favorite of the three.
Wow.
Because I just don't like it. Because
you don't know words?
Exactly. I don't like the fact that it's just make the best word you can. And whoever makes the best words wins. So it's really it's kind of like, in a lot of ways, it's like Scrabble. Whoever has the biggest dictionary in their head wins the game. And my dictionary is a pamphlet. So
it is not. Oh my gosh, a pamphlet.
But I don't know a lot of super complicated words. And if I know a lot of super complicated words, I probably don't know how to spell them. So if you spell them wrong, you don't get any points. So this doesn't work for me. It's kind of open-ended. I mean, and that's why paperback is my second favorite, because the same way is you're trying to build the best words you can out of the letters that you have. So then again, you have to know a bunch of different words and have a good large vocabulary and happen to get the right letters that come up in your hand. And you have 6 really weird letters. What word do you make? You just kind of piece something together. Yeah. a little wordy. You can make any word you want out of the letters you have, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the biggest word, the weirdest word, or anything. You can actually do a one-letter word and totally trick someone, and they're trying to guess all these complicated words, and it's one letter. Having a complicated word. I guess if you come up with a word the other player doesn't know, then yeah, they're not ever going to get the word right. So that's kind of one way to win. I don't think that's the best way to win. The other way is kind of look at the letters you have and form a strategy. Like, okay, what words are obvious words?
Right.
And don't do the obvious words. Do some not so obvious words that tricks them up. And there's some strategy with using those clues. Which clues are the best? Are going to give you the most information while giving your opponent the least number of points. So there's a lot. I think there's a lot more strategy involved in this game over these
Apparently,
other
I
games.
can't combine strategy and words at the same time. I've discovered.
So this has got a lot of strategy and thought and kind of almost sneakiness to it. These are just make your best word. That's all these two are.
Then this will probably confuse you because I'm going to take your rankings
And completely reverse them?
No.
Oh.
I would ban this, I would borrow this, and I would buy this.
Okay. Why? What's your thought process?
Well, this may be partly because we haven't played it in a while. I feel like this game had a very slow build up. It's a very slow burn. Like at first you're hardly able to do stuff. This one, the only reason I don't put it first is because this is 2-player only, so there's a little more you can play more with this.
But we mostly play against 2 players. So
that's true. So this one is great. And like he said, I don't know what it is with my brain sometimes. Like tonight, strategy, words. I can do one at a time. Apparently can't do both.
So I'll tell you my strategy I used to beat you on this one.
What'd you do?
I looked at the letters. I made the obvious word.
Okay.
Then I made another obvious word.
Yeah.
And then I made another obvious word.
Uh-huh.
And then I took my fourth word I picked is what I chose for my word.
Wow, that's obnoxious.
I was like, oh, that's an easy word to make. That's another easy word to make. That one's an easy word. Okay, I'll pick that one.
That's hilarious. That's
like
hilarious.
the fourth one I picked that built. That's the one I picked.
This one, I liked kind of stretching my brain and trying to do that. And yeah, you're right. I probably do have, because with the whole Latin Greek roots thing, I have a huge spelling advantage.
I know a lot of words, but to me,
you do,
spelling them,
that's
going to be...
No, that's huge.
That's going to be hit and
That's
miss.
huge for this. And we always are like, no cell phones, because I don't know. I mean, I don't think that you would cheat, but it would be very cheaty to let people look to see if their spelling's correct without, you can't without, yeah, it's just
like Scrabble, you can't use the dictionary unless you're challenging a word.
Right. So, you can't do that. So it's like kind of an unfair, but then again,
I do win.
Read more books.
I do win those.
No, he does. He does still win. It's not like, because sometimes I'll have great strategy and no words. It's just, like I said, it's one or the other. Depends on the day. So I really like all 3 of them. This is another excruciating buy, borrow, ban for me. But that's how I would.
So if you average these.
This is going to come out on top.
Well, this one got first and second.
Uh-huh.
This one got first and third. Mm-hmm. This one got second, third. So this is the worst. So this is my order.
Is actually no. Wordsley would have been the worst.
That's the average.
So neither of us won that.
No.
Is what you're saying?
No one wins. There you go.
Paperback is not on the coal list.
No,
I still like that.
I think that's on his coal list.
Oh, yeah. Why would you do that, Gardner?
It's the only reason some of these word games stay is because they're so small. We got a whole shelf full of small games that we never call because they don't take up much space.
That's true too. Plus, they're all great games. I don't know why you're talking smack about these games. Chat wins. Truth. You guys always win.
All right, folks. Looking at the clock, we got 2 minutes left.
Oh,
just enough time to talk about the fact that we're not here next week again.
No!
We're not here next week, folks. We're gonna take another day off. It's just that time of year.
Do you know why it's that time of year?
Because it's Dice Tower Con. Dice Tower Con. So we leave Saturday morning bright and early. July 1st, we're heading to Dice Tower Con, and we are not back until the 12th, I believe. The day we get back will be our next show. So it's not going to be a top 10. It's not going to be anything else. It's probably going to be just a variety show, mostly talking about Dice Tower, but we probably won't have anything prepared.
We'll see. Depends on when we get back.
We'll probably get back in the afternoon, so I don't know what we would
Depends
have
on when we get back.
But that said, we're going to be doing lots of shorts while we're at the con.
Yes. I actually enjoy doing those. if things hadn't gotten chaotic, I was gonna do a ton more.
Yeah, while you're in Wyoming.
Yes.
So we're gonna do
top 10 and we riot.
It'll-
Happy Canada Day in advance.
So
I like that.
we will be in Dice Tower Con for 11 days. We're gonna be gone. We're not gonna be at the con in 11 days. We'll be traveling because we drive, so it takes 2 days to get there, 2 days to get back,
Let's go.
and 7 days. All right, 8 days at the hotel.
8 crazy nights.
Yes.
Oh wait, no,
seven
that's
nights,
something else.
8 days at the hotel. So yeah, so if you're at Dice Tower East, come and say hi.
Let's play games.
And we'll play some games and
yes, we will debeef fans we meet. Ooh, that'd be fun. Yes, if you want to be in a debeef,
we could do.
come see us. That would be so much fun.
We could,
I like that idea.
We could do that. We'll see. They obviously would have to agree to it. They're not just gonna go, "Hey, we're putting your camera in your face."
No. If you want to, like, mention it to us or whatever, that would be so much fun. Because some people don't like to be on camera. That's cool.
Yeah, a lot
Don't
a lot
blame
of
you a
people
bit.
don't like to be on camera.
But
I don't like to be on camera.
that is such a lie. So, but yay, that's a great idea, Coralie. Are you coming? Please say yes.
From Canada?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know.
Save up. If not, next year, okay?
So we won't be here. We won't be here next week, and 2 weeks from tonight. Is that right? 2 weeks from tonight we'll be
Shenanigans.
here. But it's going to be another variety show, mostly talking about Dice Tower.
We could do a top 10.
We will not have
top
time.
10 of games we played at Dice Tower.
We don't have time to prep the stuff.
We can talk on the drive. It's a long drive.
Who's going to build all the stuff and put the video put the stuff in the thing?
We don't have to do that. You guys know this. We'll just talk. Who needs that kind of prep?
It'll be a variety show.
You're no fun. I tried, Nathan. I tried.
Mostly talking about
hands.
Dice Tower Con.
I tried.
And what we played. What we played. No fun. That's it for tonight, folks. That's it for tonight, folks. We'll see you in 2 weeks talking about Dice Tower. If you're at Dice Tower, come see us. Look for lots of shorts. We'll be bothering people. We'll try to cram our camera in front of Z. We'll get you to film Z doing something stupid. I don't know.
That'll be fun. Tommy wants to know if I do a DB for calling a new co-host for Rebecca's search. Wow.
Rebecca wants to replace me? That is fine. I'll go play video games.
Oh my goodness. You guys want to see some editing. Let's
All right,
go.
folks. We are out of here. Thanks so much for hanging out with us.
You guys are the best.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 and 2. 2 and 2. 2 weeks.
Happy summer to you all.
Well, not to all.
Well, to the upper hemisphere. To you lower hemisphere types. Happy winter.
Happy winter. All right, I gotta find the button. Are we doing this button? Not that button.
No, not that one.
How about this button? Bye.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Click subscribe to join our wonderful viewer community.
Want to be notified when we upload a new video or go live? Click on the little bell below.